Okay, welcome to the third part of this project. I think the last video ended abruptly. I don't know what happened, but it ended. Welcome to this third part. Again, if you're just joining us, please follow our YouTube page and turn on the notification for subsequent videos. I'm the first person that will see our subsequent videos. So last video, we stopped at writing the DAX for the previous month for the completed shipment, those shipment in progress, and the shipment value. Okay, so what we'll be doing now, which we're supposed to do at the end of the last video, was to calculate the month over month for each of the variables like we did for the year over year. So I'll just come here, click here again, and then do the same calculation or do the same formula similar to what we have in the year over year, and I will call this month over month completed, and we declare the variable and say with this equal to var, right? And I'm calling this month over month, and it's going to be equal to divide by I'm going to be dividing completed, that is shipment completed, by previous month completed. Okay, and that's one. And then we ask it to return if the month over month that we had earlier calculated is greater than 0, then we want you to return this. In the last video, I explained how you can get this if you are using a Windows laptop. Just press a Windows key and your full stop, Windows key and full stop on the keyboard, and it's open up demo for you. Else, if it is less, you return this shape. Is this here? This here. And I also want this to be formatted in percentage. So my month over month will then be formatted as percentage. And I'll close this and highlight everything, copy, and then enter. And I have my month over month here. For this, I'll do this, and I will have this. So we're good to go. So I'll just start it for the main two, which is my in progress and shipment value. So I'll just paste the previous one I've done and change this to in progress, and I'll also do the previous month for this, and everything is the same. So I'll do the name. Yeah, the name. Keep forgetting this. So I'm going to do this just to be sure we are okay. So this is done. Calculate the last one and see if we can start implementing it in our dashboard and our report. Now visual report, I'm going to do this is for shipment value. Okay, so I'm going to do this total shipment value, and I'm going to do this for PM shipment value. And yes, so we've written all of this. And remember that what we want to recreate, this is our first page that we're trying to recreate. This is our first report page that we're trying to recreate. And let's see if we can start in all of this. We already have our shipments completed, the percentage difference, we have the breakdowns, we have total percentage. This is early delivery. I think we've calculated the percentage for early delivery and the late delivery. And shipment value, we have this as well. We have this, and I think we have the percentage for each of these. So we are safe enough, we can start building this. So let's come to our overview and see. So let's kick start. So I'm going to be using this new KPI card, and I would have, the first thing I want to have here is the total shipments completed. I think that's what we have there. Let's see, let's check it again. Yeah, so we have the total shipments completed, then shipment in progress, and then shipment value. Okay, so this is a good one. So total shipment completed, we have this. Okay, so I'm going to format this very quick. Let me start from the shape here, and I want it to be there. Do this. Let's see. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to change this to completed shipment. I'll just edit it from here. Okay. Sorry, let me do this from here. And callout value. Let's leave the callout value at let's do Shogo UI. You Shogo UI and you leave the callout value at 60. Yeah. You make it bold. I think we are getting there gradually. Leave the callout value at 60. Label, everything is okay. So let me change this to black. Let me change this to black. Let me look at this position. I want it. Yeah, I want it above. I want to leave this. Let's see the size. What side? I think the size is okay this way. The size is okay this way. Yes, I think I need to come to the card. Let's see. Okay. What if I make this way? Or the center? I think it's better this way. Or if we make it center alignment. Let's leave it at left alignment. I think it makes sense. I don't want the background. Yeah, I don't want the background. Let's see how it looks. Okay, let's see there. I don't want the background. I don't want the background. I leave the border. I think I should leave the border and probably make it a little bit gray. No, I don't like what I'm saying now. This is that part for me where I'll have to be very attentive to details on how this will go. I have this. Okay, I think there's something missing out there. The title should be shipment completed. I can either switch it up and use the normal title. Okay, let's see. Work with me. I think basically that's all that we need to change. I'll change this to shipment completed, and I'll I think I'll change I'll increase the size. Increase the size. Yes. Let me increase the size. Let's start again. Okay. Now it's to be two. Layout. Okay. Plot value. Okay. Let me make this heading. Let's make it to 18. Or not? 15 is okay. Let's make it 15. 15 is okay. I think 15 is okay for now. 15 is okay. What I want to have is the percentage here. So let me zoom out again. Let me bring this closer, and I want a line here. Insert line. Yeah. I think this should make it okay here. I want to have it here. I want to have it here. Or let me see. Let me see what I do this and try to centralize it. I'll try to centralize it and run up. I don't want it. So I'll just press paste. And then I'll copy and paste. This should be here. Copy and paste. It should be here. I'll just follow that letter. Copy and paste. And this should be here. of the end. So let me select all of these and distribute vertically. Let's start from there. Let me distribute everything vertically and let me align to the very left. Everything is aligned to the left. So I still want to have this like this. Okay, so I think it's better this way. Let me align now to the right and see. Let me change the color to, let's use gray, something gray, shape style. The key, don't bother. So I want this to be maybe one of the groups that we use, maybe this. Okay, I think we have this like this. Let's check again. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think we are on the good track. So now let's bring in 2 card visuals. I'm going to bring in this card visual, and here I'm going to have my previous year value, which come here. I'm going to have my value over here, which is this, and I'm going to resize this. Maybe let's do 50 by 50. Okay, now let's do 90. Let's do 100. Let's do 100. Okay, let's do 100. Let me change the colored value to Shadow UI as well. Shadow UI, this will be 20. I don't want the type 2. I don't want category label, taking it off, and I'm adjusting this here. I don't want border. Border none. Okay. And I'm going to duplicate this, copy and paste, and bring it down here. And for this, I'm going to remove the over here and bring in month over month. Here. See. Okay, let me try to adjust this to be the same. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to come here and then do the formatting of the background and the value. So the font color, I want to change the font color, and I want to do the conditional formatting. And I'm going to say when it contains what I'm looking for is this. So I'm going to do this again, and it contains this up one. Then I want the color to be, since it's positive, I want the color to be green. So have the green color somewhere, and I think I'll attach the color code to what we have in some of the documents that will be attached to this video. Yeah, let's see. Where do I have it? Where do I have it? Where do I have it? Can't find the color. Just give me a sec. Let me look for it. Okay, I have it here. Text color, this, using this text color, and I'm using this for red. I'm using this for background color. I'm using this for background color as well, red. So this first, second, and this is the text color. So this is the first one I copied, and I'm going to say new rule, and I want the new rule to be also contains, and when it's down, so this, when it's down, this, I want this. Okay. Why is it not showing up? I want the red color. I think that's the second one I copied. Okay, so I have this as my color. So I'm going to look for the background, and I'm going to change the background color as well. So I'm going to look for style to background, and I'm going to change the color. Then it contains this again. So you have this here. I want the color to be green. So the first green color I copied, and I'll add in the same thing when it contains this, the downward trend. I want the color to be red. Oh, so my keyboard, maybe you may have been asking how I copied multiple things at the same time, and I have my keyboard. What I do is just press Windows V, and we open up the clipboard for you. Okay, so I get the chance to copy multiple things instead of going back one after the other. I'll just copy the multiple things I need to copy, and then use them here. So I'll leave the transparency of these at I think 50%. Let me see. I think I have it documented for now. Background color, not this. Okay. So let's just put 50%. I don't want it to be too yellowish or greenish. Okay, so I have the background color. Okay. I'll do the same thing for the other one. Okay, so I have something like this. And I think it's okay this way. So let me bring this close again. I think it's okay this way. Or I may just increase the size of this a little bit. And then delete this. Copy this and paste. Then I'll do this. Let me adjust that. Okay, it makes sense now. So here, just so you know that you see that what we have done is working. If I come here and I change it to month over month, it's downward. Oh, this is not what I want. Let me check here. Let's see. Let me come back to this place. Let me look at the color value. I want the color value when it contains this, it should be red. Okay, so what is happening? Hold on, let me check if what I'm doing is even correct. Let me bring in a slider and let me bring in the ear. Let me put my ear. Yeah. So click on slider section, let me make it a vertical list. And let's see if I select a different year. Okay, I select a different year, downward trend, upward trend, trend, downward trend, trend, upward trend, trend. So yeah, that is okay. Let me just bring this one somewhere here. Just bring this here. In case I feel like using it again. So let's see. Let's see what is wrong with this. Bring it down month over month. Analysis. Okay. Let's see. Let me clear this. And this is still giving anything. So let me go to the background setting. And this is okay. Oh yes, completed. I need to change the value the value field. So instead of what, I'm just going to change it to month over month. Let's see. Okay, working. I didn't see that. Let me look at the background. Do the same thing. Bring it from month over year over year to month over month and look for the group. Okay, yeah. So I have this. Okay, so I think we are done with this. Let me bring in a text box and just write just previous year. Okay. Previous year. Let's see. We need to increase the fonts to maybe 18. Let's see what we have here. Let's do 14. Let's do 20. And let me first this. Yeah, I think this makes sense. Copy, paste. Bring this down here. Then I'll do versus previous months. and we have something like this. So this is established. So I have to have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I would have 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here I'm going to bring text box here. So let me copy this, and I'm going to call this breakdown. Okay, and this one will be, let's say, 15 or 16. One thing I have not done, which I just observed, is that I've not removed the background for this. I think I don't want the background or border, so I'm going to select the 3 and see if I can just remove background and also remove border. I don't want the border to show. If you actually even switch up. So I have the breakdown here. So what I want to have here is, let me duplicate this as well again, copy and paste. Here I would have percentage of total shipments. So I'm going to call this percentage of total shipments. I think I would expect this to be around 14, and I'll do this, adjust this. Okay, you don't like the fact that I have to do this. Okay, 14 is okay. Let me copy paste. Paste here and this here. Then I'm going to call this early delivery. This early delivery, and I'm going to copy paste, and I'm going to call this late delivery. So let's see. Okay, select these 3, and then I'm going to align them to the left to be sure that okay, we are good. So I think I can adjust this a little bit. Adjust this a little bit as well. Here I also want to adjust this a little bit. Okay. Now I need to bring in the percentage of total shipment. This that is the completed shipment. So we I think we already calculated that already. So I will just bring in a card visual as well. Just bring in a card visual and give it a smaller size that would fit in that place. And let's see the size. I will just do 48 by 90. And what I want to have is percentage of completed shipments. I'm going to reduce, I don't want background, so I'm going to reduce the callout value to bring this to Shogo UI as well for consistency. And then the callout value should be, let's say, 18. And then I don't want the category label. Of course, this is not a percentage yet, so I'm just going to do that here. Come here and make this percentage, and I don't know how many decimal place we had here. I think to use 2 decimal place. Let me be sure. Okay, 1. So we had 1 decimal place. So let's maintain that and do this. So this is the percentage that was completed. So I'm going to duplicate this card and bring it down here. Duplicate this as well and bring it down here. And let's see if we have everything aligned. Let's going to format and align it to the left. Okay, so I'm going to change this from this. I'm going to early delivery. So I'm going to look at the percentage for early delivery. But just come here and do the changing, and okay, percentage early. So even though I don't know I have this here, but then it should be this. The percentage, and it should be 1 decimal place. I do the same thing for this. I want this. Okay. This I'm going to do percentage and 1 decimal place. So I'm going to come here and change this to percentage late. Okay. Okay, so I think I should even put maybe percentage here, so we know that we are declaring the percentage, not just the value. I think that will make sense. That will make more sense. So we know what we are dealing with, and I'll do the same thing for this. Percentage of the completed shipments that were either early or late. So just this. Let's see. Yeah. I think we are good to go. From here, we are good to go. Let me have everything on the same line. Yeah, so we have this, and what we want to add is, let me use this stack bar chart. Let me create this stack bar chart. I want to do a trick. Now, the progress bar is not something that is readily available here. I tried it, fine. So this is the only thing I felt like I could use. So I'm going to add the percentage of those completed, right? Percentage in transit, percentage not completed, and percentage of those that are ready for pickup. So, or what did I use? I think I used the actual value. Percentage completed, ready for pickup. Let's see. This not completed in transit. Why is this not adding up? Why is this not coming up? Hold on. Let's see what is happening here. So what could be the problem? Completed, ready, transit. Why is it not adding? Hold on, let me check. I think there's something wrong with that stuff there. Let me just change everything to percentage on the snap list. Here, let me change it as well. This, I'm trying to go a little very slower so that we understand, we don't rush things. Okay, so that's why I'm doing little by little. I just want to make sure that we get it, because after now I'll just probably do copy and paste to the next places, so we can all but arrive as where we want to go early. So let me take our time to just explain this part, and let me check how long I've been on this particular video. Okay, I'm around the 30 something minutes, so I will just check my time and see if I've gone way ahead of time, but I think I'm still within time. So I think I'm still within time. But I don't know why this is refusing to give me the core category label that I want. Delete this. Okay. So let's see. Transit and this. Ready to use. Okay. Why is it not giving me thing that I want? Let me see. Not completed. Oh. It's been decided all along. But what I want to see is just the completed one, and I don't want the title. I don't want legend. I'll have to do this. I may have to do this as well. Let's see. And I'll have to do this. Okay. So let's see. I don't know why this is doing this, but then here as well, I need to adjust this a little bit. Okay. So what is the trick I was talking about? I'm going to first switch off the border and the background. I don't want background, and I don't want the bar. So now what I want to do is I want to come to the bar, and for each of the series, the not completed, I want to change it to maybe white or gray, or let's just use white. Okay. And I want to add the border, but I want to make it very light gray. Okay, so for the ready for pickup, I'll change the color to white again. Try to give it a background, a border rather, and change it to white. This is the only way I could achieve what I wanted to achieve. I'm still looking for better options, but as at this moment, this is the only way what I can think of to achieve what I wanted to achieve. So I'm going to make this white, add the border, and then give it this gray color. And I think we still have our background colors. This is what we'll be using. I don't know if maybe from the last video, I think I have, this is the color I'm using, 2E4156. So I have a color like that around here. So for the actual one I want to complete it, I'm going to change the color from this to this is not it. This is not what I'll use. This is not what I'll use. So I'm going to just use the color. I think I have it here. I have okay, I have the color here. I'll copy this and bring it here and paste. So this is my color, and I think I have achieved this one. I just need to be able to position it to the middle where it might now overlap with other visuals, but at least it's giving us the result we want. So if I come to this here and kind of go around here, let's see if it changes. Let's see if it works with the slider. Okay, yeah. So it changes, but then we do the same thing for the we do the same thing for these other ones. It's just to introduce another star chart, and this time around I just want to include this and this. Okay, and I don't want the border, I don't want the legend, I don't want title, so I'm just going to include this. Take off title, take off legend, axis of all the axis value, I don't want them. Title off as well. Let's add this. I just want to switch your value. I just want to take this off and I'll do this. I think I should use the same size as this. Don't know. Let's see what size did I use there. What size did I use there? Let's see. 74 by 4343. Yeah, so that should work. So 74, let's see, 74 by 343. So I'm just going to do 343 or 343. Okay, so I'm going to have this here, and I don't want the background. And the series, I'm going to come to the bar, and the first series I want is this late. I want to change it to white. I don't want this, and I'm just going to bring in a border as well and do this. Okay, so for this, for the after one, I also will just change the color to this and maybe give it a border, just make it light as well. Here to introduce the border, and then series completed. Just introduce the border line, just put it on do this, and I'll copy this, paste here, bring it down here, and I'll just adjust the stuff here, bring this one down, and then let's go back to editing the series. This lift, I'm going to give it this color as well, and then for this early, I'm going to give it a white color. Okay, and I think we have this. Let's look at it from the distance. So we have this, which is like the major thing for this. And I think from here we are good to go. From here we are good to go. We are good to go from here. So I'll just copy and paste. I'll do a little bit of copy and paste now. So let me just see if I can group this. Let me quickly group them and open my selection pane and right click here and group this. And then I'm going to call them, I'm going to call it completed. See, let's just, since you have started C, I'm going to completed year over year. I'll just put growth rate. So I have this for this. So I'm going to try to select this and this together and this growth rate. And I think I should group them for now. And then group them and call it shipment completed. Shipments completed. And since it's like this, I'll just copy and paste. And I can move this here. I'll move it here. I'll move it here. Okay, so I think I can move it here. And then I'll select this both, align to the top. Okay, then I'll bring them to the front. Then I'll change this to shipment in progress. I might not ungroup it, I'll just do this. Shipment in progress. So I'll just come here. This card, which is here, I will change it from shipments in progress. I will do from completed to this, and the value should change. The write-up, I'll change the write-up as well to shipments in progress. What did I write it? Let me come back here and make some adjustments. Just notice something now. So let me look at the card again, and then I'm going to correct this. Shipments with an S completed. So yeah. So here, shipment in progress, we have this. So let me come here, this growth rate. The first card, let me click on this card. Oh no, yeah. This first card is my year over year. So I'm going to come here and instead of year over year completed, I will change it to in progress, year over year in progress. And here I'll change it to year over year in progress. And I'll look at the card visual and make some adjustments there. Oh, sorry, month over month in progress. Month over month in progress. I'll look at part for this, come to the background, go back to this and change this from completed to month over month in progress, growth rate, month over month in progress, and then do OK. Then here, the color of the background as well. This is for the background. Let me look for the color value. So we know we're on the same page. Instead of completed, I'll change it to month over month in progress, and then do OK. And for this, I'll change it to year over year in progress. And for the background, I'll change it to year over year in progress and do OK. So I have this. So we can have a little change. If we do this, you can see the change. Change in the percentage difference. You can see it, right? So if we for 2020, we have something like this, we have this, we have something like this, and then we have this. So yeah, at this point, I think we are good to go. So this is where I will come again. I think I want to also name all of this. I think I want to name them and copy and bring them here. You see why I took out time to explain that. So let me just come to my selection. And the other reason why I might be grouping them is because I would likely be doing what we call the tab order, where you can go from one visual to the other using your tab button on your keyboard. So let's quickly do that. This one is breakdown. Let's show you that. Okay, so this is selected. I'm just going to call this. C breakdown. So I know what I'm doing. This I'm going to call this. This is a text box. I'm going to call it C. I'm going to say text and I'm going to see percentage of local. Just leave it short like this. Let me copy this. And for this, I'm going to call it, this is a card visual. So I'm going to do this. And I'm just going to name it so before grouping it. And for this, I'm going to look for it again as a chart. So you see there's already percentage completed, but I'm just going to rename this to the chart percentage completed, and then I'm going to click up for that news. Okay, so makes sense now. So I can now group these three together. So you see that it's easier for me to locate them and group them together. So okay, the card, I've grouped these three together and call them total percentage total. This one, percentage of total. Okay, percentage of total, I have that done. So I'm going to focus on the early one. So I know this is early. I'm going to rename this as charts percentage. So the C there just stand for early. I know this, but then I don't know this card. Okay, so I'm going to rename this, and I'm going to say C underscore early. Let me just do that like that. And this is the text box, and I'm going to say text C underscore early. And I'm going to group these three. Okay, no, I can these three, and then I'm going to call it C early, that's completed early. Group them and call them completed early. Just put C early. Yeah, let me do that. Hopefully, I'm able to do the tab order that I was talking about at the end of when I'm done with everything. I don't forget. So let me do this, and I'm going to call this late. So this is my chart. So I'll do this chart, this, and then do this here, and this is the card. Okay, so I'm going to do C underscore early, C underscore late rather, and I think this is the text. I'm going to call this also C underscore late, which is completed, and I'm going to select the three and group them. And instead of group one, I'll just call it C underscore late. I think with this now, this I should have not write this in free. Let me write this like this. So I have this. I think the thing I need now is I have copied this. So this breakdown and the shape, I do all of this together and look for the shape. Or let me go for the shape first, since I'm not naming them. Since I'm not naming the shapes first, let me okay. So I have all the four shapes. I can then go for the breakdown, and then I can go for this, and for this. I can copy and paste and drag everything there. I don't know why I did not put them, but let's see. Let me leave it here for now. Okay, let me just do this. I think I should do everything. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, do this, and then I go for this, and this, and then I'll group them and call them C breakdown. Okay, that makes sense. For this C underscore breakdown. And now this is why I'm comfortable at grouping all of them, because I have done it before. So I just need to I already know what I'm doing. So this may not be the same for others. I already know what I'm doing. That's why I had the confidence to delete. So or to group them. Sometimes it can be very funny when I'm grouping. So I'll just copy and paste this, and then I can do this here. Oh no, my chest. Okay. Okay, so let me see. Why now? Yeah, let me do this. Let me bring them to the front. bring them to the front. So no, not the shape. Not the shape. Oh, not the shape. I'm not bringing the shape to the front. Copy. Oh, just follow me. Copy, paste. Okay, so I want to bring this to the front. And I want to bring this also to the front. Let's see. So let me see the one I would have to copy, drag here. Now it's better this way. I can highlight this both and do align button. Okay, let me see. Okay, so let me. Oh no, I moved the wrong one. I moved the wrong one. This is where this is why I like making it bold. So let me increase my view. So actual view, and let me do this. See why I don't really like it. Let me try to adjust this. Oh. Let me bring my selection back. Let me know I'm selecting the right thing. Let me know. This is how it should be. This is what it should look like. So let me select both this and this. And let me align to the bottom. Okay, so I know everything is aligned. Then I'll start making the adjustment one after the other. So this one, I'm going to say, I'll name it to on progress breakdown. So instead of I just put in, so we know what it is. So now I will now have to start making the adjustment, right? So this is not C, so this is on. I may not need to name all of these since I already have them captured there, but let me just adjust this and call it I want to give it a different name. Let's see. Okay, so let's do percentage breakdown, or just breakdown and call this percentage of total shipments, and adjust this. Okay, now it makes sense. So what do we have here? Let's see. We have in transit. We need to now break this down. We know that this is shipment in progress. We need to now break it down into how many of them are in transit, how many of them are ready for pickup, and how many of them are have not been completed. Then we'll do the same thing for this. I think that's easy to do. So I'll just come here and then I'll call this, instead of having this, I'll just call this percentage in transit. What will happen? Percentage on transit. So here I can adjust. Note that although I have grouped, I'm still trying to, within that grouping that I've done, do the edits that I can do. So it's kind of very tricky. I don't want to ungroup again. That's why I'm doing all of this. So okay, so let me select them and do the, and I'll call this percentage ready for pickup. Adjust this. I may have to ungroup at some point because I'll have to adjust this, all of this out. I think I should ungroup. So if I ungroup, it will require me renaming them again. But then let's do this. Let me ungroup. The notification is, as I have ungrouped, I'll have to start looking for them. I'll have to start looking for them somewhere. So let's see. Okay, so I would ungroup this one. Okay, this one is here. I have to start ungrouping. Okay, so but I need that grouping to be able to all the shapes that I use. and find them again. Let's do this. Let's take one step at a time. Oh, grouping this can be, that's what I do not want to do. Okay, let me see. Let me see how. Okay, so let me see which shape is this. Which shape is this? Okay, let me do this into the fence. This is the reason why I loved to okay. So just follow me patiently, and I don't want to rush this because of this tiny bit of detail that I'm trying to have in my report. Okay, so I'll have to do this. I think I have one more to go. I have one more to go. Let's see. This. You have no that shape is. Okay. This shape. I have this shape. I have this. That's why sometimes I like to just name everything so I know what I'm looking for. Oh. Okay. So I think the last one. Moving into the front. Let's see. If I have this fork to the front. Now the problem is if I ungroup every other thing again, I'll start looking for them again. Wow, we are the 1 hour. Let's see how far we can go here. Maybe we can finish this KPI and see if the next video we just finish up the last part of it, or we can finish everything in this place. I'm sure when we are done with this, other ones will not be as complicated as this. So I want to, okay, so this one, I want to delete this one, but then I need to ungroup this. Let's see, let me ungroup this. Everything would have to go to the back. So this, I'm bringing to the front. I think I want to delete this. I'll let you know the reason. I'll just use this one instead. And text early. This is this, and this is this. So I would come here and bring to the front. I'll bring them to the front. Okay. Now I would have to adjust this because I already have. I want to expand this name. Okay. So for this, I'll have to undo it as well. And for sure, it'll be at the back. At the back. We'll go to the back, so I'll bring them back to the front. And I want to delete this. I want to adjust this first. I want to rename this to not completed. Okay. So not completed. I have this done. So I have this 3. So I want to also undo this. This is percentage of total. I want to undo this. And yes, I have this, and this, and I'll bring them to the front. And I want to make adjustments here. So in transit, I want to adjust this a little bit. Okay, so let me use this, and then let me use. Yeah, select these 3, and then I would align to the right. Okay, I think we are almost there. Don't know. I think we are almost there. Okay, so for this here now, I don't need this 4. I need just 3. So the 3 that I need is in transit. Let's see what I did here. I have the 4. So I can the percentage of the total of, maybe I don't even need to have percentage here. Maybe since I already have it as it's heading, I'll just do this. So I manage my space very well. So I can adjust this password with it. This as well. Pick up. And then I can adjust this. Okay. This and align to the left. Oh yeah. So I can duplicate all of this. I can duplicate this in like 4 places, copy, paste, 3 more places rather. Copy and paste, and I'll do this. Select this, and align to the left. So since this is what we have, I'm just going to change this card from what it is to, let's going to change this card to the percentage of, instead of completed, I'm going to look at percentage of those in transit. For this, I'm going to do the same thing, ready for pickup. And then here, I'm going to change this to not completed. Yeah. Okay. So here, this is what I was just going to do. I'm just going to bring this in transit to the top here. I'm going to stick to the top here for this, and for this, I'm going to bring not completed to the top. And for this, I'm going to bring ready for pickup to the top. And I'll start making some adjustments to it. So come to the bar and series, I'm going to say for ready for pickup, I want the color to change from white to this, everything remaining the same. And for completed, I want to change it to white. For this, in transit, completed, I want to change it to white. And then in transit, series in transit, I want to change it to this as well. And we have this. And for this last one, the is in transit, of course, completed. I want to change this from this to white. And not completed, I want to change it to this color. And we have this. So now this is done. We can then decide to group or not. So I'll just group these ones very quickly. I may not rename all of them. Let me just group them. I may not rename. This is better to just see the remaining. Just group them. Because of our time, I'll just group them and call them, instead of the one, I'll say on transit in progress, and then on transit. So yeah, I have this grouped. For this, I'll group these 3 together again, and I'll call this ready for pickup. Ready for pickup. And for this, I'm just going to do this, and this, and call it not completed. Call this not completed. I hope you are learning, and I hope you are enjoying the time, even if this might look very frustrating. So we have this as the second. I think the next one we are looking at is, okay, let's do this. Let me view this in actual stuff. I don't know what's wrong with this. Collection, growth, add text, then for this UI. And then let me call this PM. I think I ever need to come back to it. So I know what I'm selecting and what I'm not selecting. So I'll try just this. Okay. So for this, I want to do the same thing. This is the growth, shipment, the growth rate, and this SPY, and this yeah. So I know what I'm dealing with. Make the adjustment necessary, and I want to just copy this, copy paste, and I want to bring this here. I want to bring this here. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm good to go. Let me align this on bottom. Okay, so for this, I'm going to change shipment in progress. This one is shipment value. So this will have the shipment value, and I'll change under the shipment value. I'll change this card from shipments in progress to total shipment value. Okay, makes sense. So I have the total shipment value as my heading, and I'm going to come to this growth rate and make some changes to the card visual. Instead of this in progress, I'm going to do this shipment value. Okay, for this other card, I also want to do shipment value, and I want to make those adjustments I did earlier to the background. I'm going to command the background back to this, and I'm going to call this start from in progress to multiple my shipment value and do OK. And the text format as well, for that value, I also want to select the appropriate field. Yes. Okay, and for this one, it's going to be year over year for shipment value. Okay, and for the background color, I'm still going to use. Although you may still arrive at the same thing, because I'm not the rule. I'm using a rule and it's saying this sign. So anywhere you see this trend sign, I think it will still work, but I think it's just better to be on the safe side. Now this is not hard. It's doing this. That is the major thing. So I need to copy this and bring it back here again. So let me just copy this, copy and paste, and okay, let me do that value. Okay, let me collapse all of this so I can see where I'm going to. This a bit. Oh yeah, finally we are here. I'm just going to try to see how far we can do with this. I'm going to call the shipment value, but just call it value breakdown. So what I want to do is this value breakdown, in progress breakdown, and other breakdown. Okay, I'll just align all of them to the bottom. Let me see. So I'm going to select this. And this. Okay, these are just the two that are good. So let me see if I can align to the bottom. Okay, and I'll have to ungroup this. That is where the work is now. I have to ungroup this and bring the shape to the front. Let me close all this in. Oh Lord, help me. I wish the way I can do this better. Let me see what I want to do here. Okay, and to for just 3 page pending and paid, pending, and overdue. You want to check the payment. I think you calculated it, right? Have we? No, we have not. Oh, we have not. So I have not calculated the DAX for this particular one that I want to do. So let's do this. Enter data, and I'm going to call this payment. I'm going to call this payment, and I'm going to load. And the first thing I want to do is I want to calculate the total shipment for each of the. We have the total shipment, but I want to break it down, filter down the way we've been doing, right? We did for the previous ones. I'll just calculate for how much of this this is the value, not but how much of this value have been paid to us, how much of them are still pending, and how much are still pending, and how much of it is still in our is overdue for payment. Okay, so we're going to stop this video here. And in the next video we're going to do the calculation of that and finish it off. I think we have reached the 1 hour 20 something minute mark, so let me break it down here a little bit and come back to it. Okay.